Hola mis estudiantes, este es Mr. Señor. These are the notes for the imperfect. Be sure to file these into your Google Drive, wherever you're keeping your notes for La Clase de Español. To teach you what the imperfect is, I want to review the preterite because they're used usually in the same sentence. The preterite is the past tense. The preterite tense is used when an action happened quickly, started or ended in the past, or happened over a specific period of time in Spanish. Some examples are the dog ate the burrito. If you've ever seen that video where the dog eats the burrito in one bite and swallows it whole, that happened quickly in the past. So therefore it would use the preterite tense. The boy walked to school. That is an action that started and ended in the past. He's no longer walking anymore. He is at school. So this action started and ended in the past. It would use the preterite tense. They talked for 5 minutes. That's an action that happened over a specific period of time, 5 minutes. The verb endings for preterite tense verbs, AR verbs, yo, tú haste, él, ella, o, nosotros hamos, ellos haron. For IR verbs, iste, yo, hemos, hieron. Just as review. Now, the imperfect is the other past tense, just like pork is the other white meat. The imperfect, as the title suggests, is the other past tense. It has 3 main uses, one of which will be the focus of the next 2 weeks. In fact, the use that I'm going to teach you is the most common use for my class. We use the imperfect to talk about what someone was or were doing in the past. So here's what this means. These are the translations. He was walking with his friends to class. They were talking to their teacher. We were dancing at the party. Each of these verbs would be conjugated in the imperfect tense in Spanish. So the translation is was or were doing with the ing in the past. Note that the ... at the end of each sentence, this means that these sentences are incomplete. They require a second half of the sentence to be complete, or what's called a predicate. You don't need to know that. I'm not quizzing that. Conjugating AR verbs in the imperfect tense, you remove the AR ending just like we normally would with conjugation. And then we add these endings. And you're going to notice they are extremely similar. Aba, abas, aba, abamos, aban. And they are fun as ever to say. One thing I tell my students is once you know one of these endings, you know them all because they're all extremely similar. Aba, abas, aba, abamos, aban. If I were to give you this or as an example, I was talking to my teacher, and this is fun to say. Yo hablaba con mi profesor. I call this the flubber tense because it sounds like you're saying flubber with the b. Hablaba. I was talking. Notice we don't have 2 verbs here. It's just one in Spanish. I was talking is yo hablaba in Spanish. If you have any questions, you can email me at gmakoski@nwcs.org.